straight to the point. I try to make this video as precise as possible. Now, I was just speaking to somebody earlier before I made this, and they agreed that, hey, I know why our people in these conditions that we're in right now. I'm like, okay, but the Most High promised us He's going to restore us. He's going to make us great and be on top again. Make us a royal nation, so to speak. Because that's where we come from. We come from royalty. We come from the Most High. We come from order, not disorder. Now I said, and it shall come to pass when all these things will come upon thee, the blessing and the curse, because that's why our people had to suffer. Because there was times we was blessed and times we was cursed. It's just these times we've been dealing with the curses, but now the curses are lifting. He said, which I have set before thee, thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations, whither the Lord thy power hath driven thee, and shall return unto Yahawah thy power, and shall obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children, with all thy heart and with all thy soul. And that's what's happening. You see a lot of people, they waking up, they turning back to the Most High. Like the scriptures say, seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Seek the Lord while the evil days come not. Because he calling out, he putting the word on certain men to break down these precepts, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little, and trying to enlighten people and wake people up so they know what they're supposed to be doing and know how they're supposed to be moving. So when the judgment take place, you got a hedge of protection. The ones that still want to play and, they're not considering these words, they're going to be thinking about it in that day when them times come. Now it says, then the Lord, thy power, will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee. Because right now, we still up under Esau's rule. Can't go to another country and be like, hey, I was finna set up shop here. I want a new ID. They're going to be like, nah, where you come from? Oh, you from over there. You got to go back. You finna get deported. You ain't got no citizenship over here. Hey, we still up on the Esau shit. And it says, and will return and gather thee from all the nations whither the Lord thy power hath scattered thee. If any of them be driven out into the uttermost parts of heaven, from thence will the Lord thy power gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee, so he can put us in our own land. And that's what the scriptures say. It says, and the Lord thy power will bring thee into the land which our fathers possessed. We're not there yet. Amalek fighting over that shit right now, but that's not for them. And they know that. That's why they fighting over it. Now it says, and thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee good and multiply thee above thy fathers. Scriptures mention how a little one should become 1,000 and a young one, a small nation, roughly paraphrasing. That's going to happen, man. That's going to take place. That hasn't happened yet, though. It says, and thou shalt return and obey the voice of the Lord, Salakia, and do all his commandments, which I command thee this day. And the Lord thy power will make thee plenteous in every work of thy hand. Right now, that's not going on. We get money and do certain stuff, and the Most High bless us and make sure we thrive. But for the most part, we don't own no banks. We don't own. You got niggas that think they own the banks. They don't own no. Ain't no nigga running no central bank. Don't no nigga got no fucking billions of dollars of bullion. Esau got that shit. When you buy the land, Esau's so tricky, they still make you pay a fucking land tax. But the Most High gonna change that for us, man. He just want us to turn to him and do right. That's it. He ain't asking for nothing strenuous. And it says, in every work of thy hand, and in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy land, for good. For Yahawah will again rejoice over thee for good, as he rejoiced over thy fathers. Because he always gave to our ancestors, our forefathers, which we are our forefathers anyway. So he always gave. He always wanted to make sure we were straight. Even when the heathens were trying to come against us, as long as we was doing right and serving the Creator correctly, we were straight. As soon as we went off, then we got cut off. And that's what happened. Now it says, to keep his commandments and his statutes which are written in this book of the law, and if thou turn unto the Lord thy power with all thy heart and with all thy soul, and this commandment which I command thee this day, it is not hidden from thee. Because it's not hidden. The information is known. It says, neither is it far off. It is not in heaven that thou shouldest say, who shall go up for us to heaven and bring it unto us, that we may hear it and do it. Most High put the word out. The word is out. And the book is built like a puzzle, but he put a spirit on certain men to fully know the puzzle, so he can share it with his fellow kinsmen, so to speak. Now it says, Neither is it beyond the sea that thou shouldest say, who shall go over the sea for us and bring it to us? Because, hey, we ain't got to go dig up no artifacts or no books or nothing. They be trying to play them games like, oh, the oldest Bible is over here and such and such. We got the scriptures right here. The scriptures break down exactly what we need to know and what we need to be doing. And the prophecies that's about to take place over here in Babylon. Esau pushing that sea hip, the third woe, Jacob's trouble, all that stuff. It's in there. Those are the next major biblical prophecies. Jacob's trouble, the sea hip, the famine of the word, the plagues, the collapse of Babylon. In the book of Revelation mentioned the place being done away with for 1 hour, so great riches is brought to naught. That's in there, man. So we ain't got to go to these different places and go all over and try to look here and there to find a word. It's here. So, but the word is very nigh unto thee in thy mouth and in thy heart, that thou mayest do it. You see, right here say choose life, which I ain't gonna read all that. But the Most High wants us to choose life, man. Esau found a way to promote death, because that's what he is. Let me get this precept real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and end this off. Book of Habakkuk, chapter 2. I'm sorry, the verse 2 I read on down. It says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. Right now it's speaking. It says, and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and will not tarry. Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not right in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death. Esau like to promote death. They don't want to promote life. You talk about you pro-life and all that. They be ready to hit you with a damn pitchfork or a bat or something. Now it says, and is as death and cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations and heap unto him all people. And Esau go out in these different nations and gather everybody up and do this and that, especially with the trafficking. They're not doing that to help nobody. They're doing that because they promote death. They're not choosing life. Now it says, shall now all these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, go to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? Because how long? Esau been doing this shit forever, seem like. And people keep talking like, man, when they gonna get their judgment and this and that? Man, the time coming, man. The Most High got it set up. The time coming, man. Esau set up so bad, they so proud and stupid, they don't even realize they created their own weapons for their own demise. That's how stupid Esau is. You would think they'd be like, man, you know what? We need to disarm all these nukes and get rid of this shit because it's going to wipe us out. No, they still got them, and they got them armed, and they ready to go. So the Most High going to put the spirit on them and these nations. That's why I say, shall not all these take up a parable against them? The nation going to take up that parable against them. It says, to him that ladeth himself with thick clay, shall they not rise up suddenly, that shall bite thee, and a weight that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be with booties unto them, because thou hast spoiled many nations. All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the children, and of all that dwell therein. Woe to him that conveyeth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. And that's what Esau do. They get all this shit. I seen in one video, damn devil, I want to say it was Bill Gates and one of his other buddies, they buying boats, so when shit hit the fan on the land, they can have a boat to survive out on the water for months at a time. Food, they got chefs, they got everything, water, they got all type of shit. And they could be, while they doing all this evil, they can set their nest on high. Got your boy Elon, he want to go up into space and build space hotels and shit. So while shit hit the fan down here, he can live like the Jetsons. That's Esau, man. It says, thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. For the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer it. Woe to him that built up a town with blood and established a city by iniquity. And who did that? It's only the main people that's done that. They still doing that to this day. He said, behold, it is not of the Lord of hosts, and the people shall labor in a very fire, and the people shall weary themselves for very vanity. For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of Yahawah as the waters cover the sea, and that's what's going on. And people gonna know, like, hey, they was speaking about that, and look what happened. Now I say, woe to him that giveth his neighbor drink, that puttest thy bottle to him and makest him drunken, that thou mayest look upon